Yo, what's up raiders? Welcome back. Today we're breaking down every arc enemy and arc raiders, how to fight them, what to look out for, and what loot they will be dropping. Whether you're hunting for crafting parts or just want to dominate every encounter, this guide has you covered. Let's jump right into it. First up, let's start with the pop. These little rolling bots zap you on contact, often appearing in groups. When you hear that high-pitched whine, back up and take them out before they close in. A short burst or a melee hit destroys them instantly. They drop small amounts of arc, alloy, and power cells, great for early crafting. Now next we'll head on to the fireball. Think of it as a pop's fiery cousin. It rolls in, pauses, and blasts flames in a circle. Wait until it opens up, exposes that glowing center, then shoot the core to finish it quickly. Keep your distance. When it dies, it explodes hard. Expect alloys, power cells, and sometimes a fireball burner. Ticks are small spider-like arcs that leap at you and try to detonate. If one latches on, mash your interact key to shake it off before it explodes. Shotgun and SMGs make quick work of them. They drop alloys and tick pods for early crafting upgrades. Now rollbots. Rollbots are like the larger version of the fireballs, but they charge straight at you and split into smaller drones when damaged. Sidestep their charge, then unload once they slow down. Don't forget to clear the smaller bots for bonus loot. Robots drop alloy, power cells, and parts used for crafting and mods. Now turrets are a little easier to deal with in the sense that they're fixed defenses found on walls and ceiling, so you could kind of third PvP them and back up and then shoot, back up and then shoot. They track targets fast, but they spray bullets non-stop, so use the cover to peek between volleys and toss an EMP to disable them before finishing the job. Turrets drop alloy, light ammo, and occasional power cells. Sentinels are very similar to turrets, except for they act as long-range snipers, so they're usually on top of buildings and try to snipe you from afar when you're out in the open. You'll spot the red laser line before they fire a heavy piercing shot, so stay behind cover, wait for the beam to reset, and then flank or hit them with precision fire. Sentinels drop alloy, power cells, and rare sentinel cores for high tier crafting, so they're good to look out for. Alright, now let's move on to the medium tier ground arcs. So let's start with the Leaper, or it used to be called the Bison, but recently they renamed it that. For what reason, I have no idea, but I guess that's what it's called now. It is a four-legged arc that leaps long distances and slams a shockwave when landing. Watch its crouch animation, that's your Q dodge. When it lands, aim for a glowing spot or exposed underbelly. Leaper drops power cells, alloy, and leap drivers. Valuable mid-tier crafting components. Now the Bastion. Bastions are massive walking fortresses loaded with built-in turrets. They move slowly, but deal heavy area damage, especially if you're caught in the open. Use cover and target the glowing vents or rear core to do the real damage. Also, you can target the legs or the knees. This cripples them so that they can't walk as good, and it makes it so that you could easily throw grenades or explosives to finish them off. Also, heavy rifles work the best, or anything that uses heavy ammo. Bastions drop bastion parts, power cells, and a ton of alloy. Now let's go over all of the aerial drones, starting with the Wasp. It's a fast-moving scout drone that calls in reinforcements if it spots you. Take it out first to avoid getting swarmed. 2 or 3 heavy shots or a quick AR burst will do the trick. Wasp drop alloy, power cells, and Wasp drivers used in side mission crafting and a few quests. Hornets are tougher airborne drones that fire stun bursts to disable your weapons. When you see that charge building, break line of sight or dive for cover. EMP grenades are also perfect. One toss and they drop right out of the sky. Hornets drop alloy, power cells, and a rare Hornet driver used for advanced mods. Next is the Snitch. The Snitch is a recon drone that marks your position and alerts nearby arcs. The second you hear that pinging scan, find it fast. It's fragile, so one clean heavy shot can take it down easily. Snitches drop small amounts of alloy and data fragments that can be traded or crafted later. Next, let's discuss the Rocketeer. It's one of the most dangerous mid-tier arcs in the game. Flying machines that keep their distance while firing guided rockets at you. You'll usually hear a distinct lock-on warning before the missile launches. The trick is to keep moving, sprint, slide, or use the grapple to break the lock before rocket hits. When you get a clear line of sight, aim for a small, glowing core underneath the drone. That's its weak spot. Also, you can go for the rotors as well on the Rocketeer just to cripple it a little bit before you start going for that small glowing core. EMP grenades are also really good, or precise rifles work best. A single well-placed shot can knock it out of the air. Rocketeers usually drop alloy, power cells, and rare circuitry. Now for the heavy hitter, the Queen. Currently the strongest arc in the game. It is a large-scale enemy in the Harvester event that acts as a boss encounter. Take out the minions first, then focus fire on the glowing energy nodes and then along its spine, and that is called the brain. It pokes out whenever you stagger it. The Queen is mobile, fast, aggressive, and brutal up close. She'll charge, leap, and sweep with her legs while calling in air units to cover her flank. In order to reveal the brain, you'll have to wait until she either uses a charged laser attack or continue to shoot the joints on the legs to inflict a stagger. This stagger will reveal the brain as well. Rinse and repeat this process while juggling aggro with teammates and you will soon have your first Queen kill on your belt. This boss drops some of the best loot in the game. High value power cells, rare crafting schematics, unique quest items, and occasionally special weapon blueprints. So it is easily one of the best arcs to actually go out of your way to hunt. Just remember to always bring a large amount of ammo because I personally found myself running out many times. Also, defeating one of these not only clears the area, but often triggers a supply drop nearby, so don't leave without checking it if you find yourself like lacking in loot from killing the Queen. Also recently, we got a tease on one of the new units. It was called a Bombardier, who uses spotter drones that seek out raiders that they then use to target them with lethal mortar attacks. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting. So we'll see what goes with that once the game comes out, I guess. Now that you know every arc enemy, here's how to prioritize your fights. Always take out Snitches and Wasps first. They'll alert others. Next, let's deal with the Hornets and Rocketeers to avoid getting stunned or bombed. Then you focus like all the Rollbots, Sleepers, and Bastions for all the best material rewards. Always keep EMPs in your loadout. They shred flying enemies and turrets and most medium arcs. Don't bother using them on boss arcs like the Queen. Now that's every arc enemy currently in the game. This may be updated at a later date if more release, and I'll update it then. Use this knowledge to plan your routes, upgrade faster, and dominate every encounter. If this helped, drop a like, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more arcraider guides. If you have something specific you would like me to cover, I would be more than willing to help out. Just leave a comment on it, and if anything confuses you, I could probably figure out and make another video, or we can all just work on it together. Thanks for watching, Raiders, and I'll see you guys all topside. Peace.